the first thing is culture. Like हमारा culture India में बहुत अलग है from any country that you go to. You rely sometimes on your family for a lot of things, especially like when you're in a joint family. तो आज खाने में क्या मम्मी types, you know, वो नहीं हो सकता यहाँ पे. You have 3-4 guy friends, let's say, you know, like a brotherhood, वो like maybe chaddi buddies or something. You are the most comfortable with them, and you can always share it. You know, phone उठा लिया, you can tell them. That's what I wanted to create on a bigger level, cross culturally. You understand culture, you understand the hardships that your parents have gone through. Because don't be too hard on yourself for everything. You know, like something that we do is okay, bad day, मतलब बहुत बड़ी चीज़ हो गई ना, पूरा वीक खराब जाएगा टाइप्स लाइक दैट्स द माइंडसेट.
Why you are so passionate about the men's strike?
The idea was to build a space online with different communities of different people from different parts of the world who are coming together, finding accountability brothers, accountability group, doing weekly masterminds, talking about what they're building. That also comes from the idea that in this journey of our life, the most important person to ourselves is us.
What happens when a man chooses self discovery over comfort and vulnerability over ego? Welcome to Let's Talk Clarity podcast, and today we are diving deep with Hamza, a bold soul who left his family business to experience the world. We recorded this episode in Bali when he was a digital nomad. He is a specialist in building communities, men's circles, and helping healers to build their coaching business. Hamza's journey is all about breaking norms, embracing emotions, and building community rooted in truth. In this episode, we discuss mindset, purpose, and the raw realities of living with vulnerability, accountability, freedom, and clarity. It's honest, it's human, it's raw conversation, and it just might shift the way you see growth. Let's dive in and talk clarity. Let's begin. Hello, everyone. Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being part of this journey. Whether you have watched one episode or 100, dropped a comment, or shared it with a friend, your support means a lot to us. Because of you, we are now going global, recorded episode across 4 countries and 7 cities. And yes, we just hit our 100th episode. If you have been loving the content and want to see more powerful stories of career transformation and life fulfillment, do us a quick favor. Subscribe to the channel. Share this podcast with at least 10 people. And drop a comment telling us which guest you'd love to see next on Let's Talk Clarity. Let's keep spreading clarity and hope, one story at a time. I'm Rakesh Mathuria, your coaching business mentor and host of the Let's Talk Clarity podcast. Now, sit back and enjoy the episode.
Let's Talk Clarity podcast going global, Singapore and now Bali, and we are with a tribe member, yes, Life Plugin tribe member, Hamza. So Hamza, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Rakesh. Thank you.
Thank you for all the arrangement and
Not at all.
Going all in and making it happen, yes, in Bali. So thank you all. And but let's start. Bali में क्या कर रहे हो? What you are doing in Bali?
सब वही पूछ रहे हैं बाली में क्या कर रहे हो? No, so honestly, I'm in a phase in my life where it's all about self exploration. थोड़ा rat race और इसको follow करना हो गया. I made that decision for myself कि however uncomfortable it may be to, you know, put yourself out there or go on this self exploration journey, to understand what your deeper purpose is, to meet like minded people, to meet people from different cultures. I think that's something that we connect a lot with, you know, on the same thing. Like how the same principles that we follow in life plug in to meet people from different walks of life. Same really, I think. I came here just to see how life is. People say they have an amazing digital nomad culture.
Okay.
I see myself working in the online space. So just to go closer to that end manifestation कि, you know, एक बार मेरा life ऐसे भी हो सकता है. Just to go a little closer to that step, I found myself in Bali.
Okay. So we do life plugin for 3 days, and now your last 4-5 months you are living the same life.
Months. Every day is like a new workshop. कोई manifestation workshop किया, yesterday I did one on confidence, spirituality, plant medicine, सब कुछ हो रहा है यहाँ पे. It's about you के what attracts you, you know.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, the manifestation, you named manifestation, and from last four and a half months,
Yeah.
you are just trying to live the digital nomad life.
Yeah.
So many people give all the positive things about digital nomad.
course.
So what are the challenges you are facing?
Ah.
Yeah, let's discuss that.
I think that's a good point. I think everyone should talk about that. I actually did a YouTube video very recently on the same thing.
Okay.
Bali pros and cons.
Okay.
So yeah, I think some of the cons that I can mainly tell you is the first thing is culture. Like हमारा culture India में बहुत अलग है from any country that you go to.
Yeah.
Some have similar because we lie in the Asian continent, but otherwise in terms of language, you know, language can be a problem in some places. Like I was in South Korea and language was a very big difficult
Very big,
thing, you know,
yeah.
because not everyone speaks English. Here it's still easier because यहाँ पे there are people from different cultures. So even the locals are speaking in English. That's one thing. I think the whole aspect that if you're a very family oriented person and not so independent, you rely sometimes on your family for a lot of things, especially like when you're in a joint family. तो आज खाने में क्या है मम्मी types, you know, वो नहीं हो सकता यहाँ पे.
Yeah.
You have to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Learning budgeting, you know, how to manage your money
Yes.
from renting a scooter to your home to going out on the weekend if you want to do something like touristy. तो budgeting सीख लिया. I think meeting new people, breaking outside your comfort zone, all of that is a very big challenge, but main it starts with the mindset that if I leave, let's say home, which is in Mumbai, India, and I come here, will I be able to settle, you know? Because एक बार अपना mind बना लिया कि I'll do that, then it becomes very easy. Everything else is a cakewalk.
Okay.
तो खाली वो mindset बनाना पहले that okay, I'm going, ये मेरा purpose है, and I'll do whatever I have to do in order to get to that next level. I'll do it.
Okay.
Then it becomes very easy.
So I am also traveling from last 20 plus days, and okay, 10-15 days it was all okay, but last 4-5 days, sometimes in a whole day, means every day goes like very adventurous and doing many things, but at least for half an hour, 45 minutes, I miss home. And there was a time that whenever we order food and that point of time it kicks in. But then the podcast, coaching, and everything take over, and it's a cakewalk. Yeah, definitely. So let's take your journey, and so you are into building communities. You want to build confidence in men, and so how this started, means how this journey started, and how you have reached to this level that now you are into fitness. You are building confidence to particularly men.
I think for me it's when I started initially out, I made a promise which I think I shared yesterday with you, is that okay, if I don't know what I want to settle with for the next 10 years in my life, I'll try everything possible. Like that was right after college, because a lot of people go with that idea, I want a job in finance. For me it was never about the job. I said I'll try it, but I don't think I'll like it, kind of thing, because I also come from a family background lineage.
Okay.
From my great grandfather, then my father, then me.
The business,
So we've always learned business. We've been doing that on our weekends. Also the community I'm from, which is the Buri Muslim community, which is a small community, everyone's very business oriented.
Okay.
So not a lot of, so we were never thought that okay, you go to a 9-to-5 job, but I still tried it. And I realized that it's not for me, because for me it's more about creativity, exploration, doing podcasts like you know. And somewhere that freedom went away.
Okay.
So I did a lot of internships during the I joined a museum while I was doing a job, 9-to-5 job, which was great, amazing experience, a lot of stuff to learn.
Okay.
Then I worked with my dad for 3 years, and I realized that this setup is not for me. Like going to the down levels, like the level where you have to understand how a product is made, फिर उसके अंदर घुसना, costing समझना, artisan से बात करना, वो मुझसे नहीं होता था, because I was so creative that I would be like, okay, I want to make videos, or I want to do YouTube, or I want to learn an online skill.
Okay.
कुछ internet पे पढ़ लिया, YouTube पे, you know, आज के बच्चे कैसे high ticket sale, तो अच्छा क्या है, then you get into a loop, YouTube, फिर course, फिर कुछ, and then it's a circle. So did all of that, and then I realized that I want to do something of my own, and that was the same phase in my life where when you go on this journey that's not very same to other people, and a lot of kids face this, and older people also, I can say, वो self doubt आता है. Okay, is this for me? Will I be able to be successful in it? And then I realized that what I needed was help in order to build my mindset. which a lot of guys today don't accept that they need therapy, but they don't understand that if they go for therapy or they speak to a professional, their life might change overnight also.
Okay.
You know, I saw that feeling because my therapist made me feel like, okay, what is this challenge? It's not a big deal. We'll talk through it. तो मुझे हमेशा लगा कि there's someone to support and make me understand my thoughts, because we get so tangled कि हम लोग clarity से देख नहीं पाते, and that's the job of a therapist, you know, to clear it out for you.
Yeah.
So that really helped me, and when I went to it, I realized that not only me but other clients of my therapist also, which were guys, were going seeking therapy because of similar issues. You know, किसी की marriage में problem हो गई, या फिर someone is dealing with health issues, or someone is dealing with, like me, self-doubt.
Yeah, self-doubt. Yeah.
So when you become vulnerable and you open up and you be like, this is my problem, I want to work on it, that's the best thing that can happen, according to me, rather than someone who's avoiding it their entire life, and then when it's too late, let's say in their 40s, they're like, shit, 20s में कर लेना चाहिए था time.
Yeah.
So I started, and then I realized that there is a lot of potential in just supporting guys to be their best versions. कुछ भी हो सकता है. It can be in confidence, it can be in social skills, in their dating life, in their fitness, in their mindset. There are so many aspects where they can work together, and the beauty of it is, and you must, I bet you have realized it, you have 3-4 guy friends, let's say, you know, like a brotherhood who are like maybe chaddi buddies or something. You are the most comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And you can always share it, you
Yes,
know, phone
anything.
utha liya, you can tell them. That's what I wanted to create on a bigger level, cross-culturally.
Wow.
So the entire idea was strive with the community is to get guys from all cultures, share their culture, work together, support each other, because then it's a safe space for you to do. And इसी दौरान I started doing like the men's circles and all, where we would be 10 guys meeting on Sunday, खाली chat कर रहे, और कुछ नहीं है, no one's doing any work, nothing. We're just chatting, opening up. And it's beautiful because in like 5 sessions, the kind of things guys were sharing with, because a men's circle, it's random people come together. Let's say I've never met you the first time, और आपकी कोई deep चीज मेरे साथ share कर रहे हो, that means you feel safe in doing that, right? So that was the beauty of it, that guys are so safe, like it's not always about competition and ego. They can let that down and share stuff that's so important. So that's how it started, you know, कि men के लिए कुछ करना है, want to do something in the community part.
Yeah. Means you are trying to find out your own mindset and building your own mindset, and in this form, you started to feel that men are actually helping each other to build that mindset.
Yeah,
And
like how we are, right?
Yeah.
Collaboration.
Yes. So here, let me take you back, and we'll definitely discuss about the brotherhood and the friendship between the men and the circle which you are making. But let's first start from your internships. So how many internships you did, and you did your family
The
business
business, yeah.
for 3 years. So what were challenges there, and what were challenges in internships, and what you have learned through these total?
I think I must have done like 6 or 7
Six.
of them.
6, 7.
Seven, yeah.
Yeah. So what are learnings and that you have applied in a family business, and then means what are the steps, if you can take us through, and then we'll jump into our brotherhood.
Okay. I think that's a great question. I think for me, 6 or 7, I did them in like operations, logistics, event management, marketing. I did one for a very short time for 2 months for a company building EV chargers, because that time EV was new.
Okay.
So I did that. I did social media. I also did sales, like, you know, the sales at the level where I accompanied the guys who go to sell the products to the banyas on the road and how they sell, to understand
Okay.
that. So I did a wide variety of them.
And let me pause you, and also let us know that what was the point, or that ab ho gaya, let's move on.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
that
main
is
thing.
very important.
वही लोगों को पता नहीं चलता. I think for me it was coming from within. A lot of people realize it on the job. If कोई employee कुछ बोल लेता है, boss कुछ बोल लेता है, फिर they're like अभी नहीं करना है, अपना
Yes,
करेंगे.
let's go out.
That's mainly people have a lot of like that. I don't know. I wouldn't call it revenge mentality, but like revolt, like अपना करूँगा अभी. That's one of the main reasons why people leave their job, according to me. For me, it was within that. Hamza, like, this is 2 months, you've done it. Now it's not adding anything, or you're not interested. मेरे लिए it's always like, if I get up that day, if I have to go to work and I don't feel that anymore, it's just you know, that नहीं करना है अभी. And I feel like that's the power and the freedom that we do have. A lot of people are stuck in it. Obviously, with that responsibilities come, but when I'm at my age, I don't have them. So why not try everything? You know, at my dad's age, maybe I can't do that because he has responsibilities for me. But the other way, I think that's the freedom that you have. So use it.
This point is very important, and let us dive deep into it, because First you have to listen to your emotions and you have to listen, understand your
Yeah.
own feelings. And we Indians generally don't accept them or understand them or process them. So means how you have got learned these things, how you process those feelings, and how you learn the process those feelings that today I woke up in the morning and आज अब ये feel नहीं हो रहा है, this internship is not feeling. So how you learned that thing means it definitely you have not learned during the internship. It must have in your childhood,
Yeah, yeah,
during upbringing, and who prompted you and who helped you.
yeah, yeah. It's from career it's going to deep emotional. I love it. I love it. I think ये मैंने भी इतना नहीं सोचा होगा जैसे आपने articulate किया and you said it. Even I must have not thought about it that way. So it's a great insight. But for me as an individual, I always consider myself like we have types of people that we are. You know, like if you do a psychology study, I don't know what it's called, but you have certain types and traits. So for me, like it always comes up that I'm an empath. I operate
Okay.
from my emotions.
Okay.
You know, not very analytic. Like if I feel like my intuition says it, I go for it, kind of thing. So I'm an empath, and I think a large portion of it comes from my mother because
Okay.
she has a very similar personality. Like example, they know the best. So like let's say we are seeing something and it's emotional, makes us emotional. She and me might face the same thing at the same time. That kind of thing. You know, and we both might get emotional about
Yeah,
it.
watching movies
Yeah.
or some
कुछ भी हो सकता है, yeah, you know, or a situation. So we both react very similar to it, and I think it comes from there. But also it comes with the work I have done for myself, like places like Life Plugin हो गई or somewhere else where I go and I meet people, and everyone over there is not like the people you meet in your day-to-day life. Yeah, of course it's similar, but these people are people who are ready to work on themselves, ready to come and be vulnerable, open up, share, right? In those 3 days, you've seen it in your self on stage, क्या होता है, you know.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of people are doing this work, and I've been in touch with a lot of great people like that who've always pushed me that Hamza, like this is your superpower where you operate from. Don't see it as a vulnerability or something bad. See it as something that you can work on or you can use in your career. So I think that was the main reason. मैंने वो identify किया because of the people around me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from your home, from
Yeah.
your mother,
Yeah.
and then events are very important. So yeah, let's come back to internship and how you switched from one internship to another.
So it was mostly in college. Like everyone knows that college में gets a couple of months of holidays where they expect you to do internships. For me, it was more about grades. But I never ever did anything for my resume because I learned that when I go with the mindset like resume मैं add करूँगा for the next year for the job, I never benefited from it.
Okay.
So I never did stuff like that. I always went for
mainly for learning.
yeah, learning and stuff that interests me, जो curiosity ला रहा था, you know.
Yes.
Like I remember there was a brand, a startup who was doing some kind of health product or health food. Very lean team, छोटा सा team था, and one of my mentors was part of them, and he said apply for it, and I went for it. I didn't go through it and I didn't get selected, but the thing was I gave the interview क्योंकि curiosity था कि how these people market their product, how they packaging it, stuff like that, you know. The EV company was the same thing. The event company that I did, they were like doing award shows in the creative space. मैंने award shows सुना था कि हाँ बॉलीवुड में होता है, यहाँ होता है. They were doing for advertising,
Okay.
you know, where Ogilvy and companies like that were getting awards for the ads they made. तो उसमें I was there in the entire jury process.
Okay.
How the heads come, how they show them the ad, how they vote. You know, the back end. ऐसा I didn't know something like that exists, you know. So curiosity based पे. So I would take 1-2 nuggets from every internship that I would do. I would come home, share it with my parents, be like, you know, we can do this at our brand Sabiha. So we do manufacturing of leather product. Just for some context, I would be like, come and you know, how do we add this to our product or to our marketing? या Instagram पे कैसे करें?
Okay.
That kind of a thing.
And then you jump into family business for close to 3 years.
3 years, and I do it on and on. अभी भी करता हूँ.
अच्छा अभी भी?
Because वो it's like a legacy thing for us now.
Yeah.
Like you know, like you always like when your parents work super hard to build something, there's a certain amount of feeling attached to it कि यार I want to be joint. I want to support them. Like I had a call with my sister also the other day regarding like Facebook ads for a company. तो होते रहता है. It's not something that you leave, I believe. So
It will always be there.
Yeah. Unless you reach a state wherein you build something so important for yourself that could support them also, or you could get your parents retired early. Like that's the dream for me. अगर मैंने मेरी business उतनी बड़ा कर दिया कि they can stop working and even their business can run, maybe that's the dream. But yeah, so 3 years, yeah, उससे ज़्यादा I think it was great experience for myself. I've worked from the lowest to the highest level.
Okay.
So packaging,
Everything you did, yeah, by
packaging,
your own
to
hands.
going the meetings, to delivering stuff with the office boy, to even understanding micro costing, जो a lot of people don't understand business कि आपके daily expenses जो होते हैं ना, when you add it up, it's quite a bit at the end of the month.
Yes, yes.
So something like that, which was like a light bulb moment for me.
Okay.
So will always tell every young person here or anyone who has a family business, always go and work in it. You understand culture, you understand the hardships that your parents have gone through.
Yeah,
to
each and
build it.
everything, yeah, minute things.
Yeah, because nowadays kids are super entitled according to me. At 26 I've learned this, even I was at 22 and 23, that we are very entitled, but we don't know the journey our parents have gone to. And it's been difficult, honestly.
Great.
It's not easy.
So let's take this journey forward, and so you have decided and made your mind that now I'm going to leave my family business. Leave means
Yeah.
for at least for majority of the time, but you will be part of it, but you will leave and you're on own. So how that discussion, that news you broke to your parents, and how that went?
I'm lucky, honestly. Touch wood that my parents have always been super supportive with anything that I've done.
Okay.
They always say do it, and then usually I'm the kind of person who will jump to something and they'll be like 2 साल तो दो इसको idea को 2 साल तो दो देखने के लिए क्या होता है, you know.
Yes.
But I always jump from this to that, and they're like, okay, you're on your own journey, go on it, but understand, as someone as a part of a family, especially an Indian one, you have certain responsibilities.
Okay.
Towards your parents, towards your sister, you know, towards your future family, that you have to, follow. And they never put that pressure, because sometimes people, and a lot of people who are older, let's say 25 plus, that thing comes within them कि जल्दी करना है, you know, because 30 पे शादी होगी या फिर कुछ करना है, quick. They've never said that. They've been like, okay, you take your journey, you be successful at 26 or 36. It doesn't matter, you learn so much in the process that it'll be amazing. And something I think they appreciate about me, which I like, is they always believe that if you were someone, you know, who would be wasting your time or doing, just whiling it away, you know, or not working towards what you want to become, we would have a problem, or we would tell you. But I think they always see me learning, upskilling, being out there, doing podcasts like this, talking to people like you who are older than me, who've lived life in a way. And they always feel like, okay, so he's doing something right, kind of thing.
And internship, lot of
internships and work and stuff.
Okay.
So they always have been supportive, and for them it's difficult because they are like, okay, our son is there. It's me and my sister, so when they say like, you know, Indian family, hamara ek beta hai types. So he's in Bali doing his own thing. We're worried for you. We don't know what's happening. Video call us more often. You know, that's a daily thing. But that's part and parcel of, I think, having a family.
Okay.
So it's been supportive, touch wood.
Okay, great. And after leaving, so how you started?
In terms of
in your career, yeah.
From before, like from the beginning of the
no.
Just now.
After leaving your family
business.
And then how you started?
So for me, it was first, obviously my partner has a very big role to play. She's also in Bali, so it's a very supportive play. It's not just me. So we both are there together here. She works in a school, so she's doing her thing, I'm building mine. Her support has played a very big role in me coming here and being here, because all those basic things initially, जो settlement time बोलते हैं, वो चले गया था because she had figured it out already. So that touchwood again was a great thing. A supportive partner can play a very big role in your journey. I think for me, after I came here, for me it was just about adding myself to how many ever WhatsApp groups I could, and networking meetups and stuff in Bali. वहाँ से आपको सब पता चल जाता है, best places to go, cheapest rental places, best places to stay, where you can learn the most, best fitness places, you know, yoga studios, or everything in the spiritual space, like in Ubud, how I was telling you, वो भी पता चल जाता है. So just coming and connecting with the right people could be one initial step you can make. And then something I focused on is building a routine wherein I'm like, okay, 4 hours of the day I want to work on this, work on my marketing, make content, do podcasts that promotes me to other people's audiences. And Nomio, for anyone in Bali, Nomio is an app that you can use, wherein they have most of the free events posted. Nomio. Okay. Nomeo. So it's a website, you can go Google it, and then through them you can meet so many people. Like the previous podcast I met the guy in a men's circle who came through Nomeo.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of free stuff, even stuff for the festivals, like for New Year or Christmas, they have stuff happening. So you don't feel like you're too away from family.
Okay.
You know, so just add yourself to networking groups, meet people, set a schedule, a routine so that you don't get into holiday mode, because यहाँ पे बहुत होता है, you'll go surfing or you'll go to the beach और पूरा दिन निकल जाएगा.
निकल जाएगा.
So schedule is very important. Yeah, I think that's key.
Hey coaches and want to be coaches, I have a great announcement for you. If you want to start your coaching business or want to level up your coaching business, we are thrilled to announce our formula for building a coaching business through the power of podcasting. It is not just an online course. It's a community of coaches where we meet every week and grow together to build your coaching business along with your podcast. So, click the link to attend my webinar, Podcast Made Easy for Coaches, and jump into the Clarity 10x community. Now, enjoy the episode on Let's Talk Clarity.
So yeah, means scheduling is very important. Even I also feeling that in this travel tour, but it is not always a perfect. Means it goes haywire. Means in the night you think something, that morning I'll start from here, and 2 घंटा late उठ गए, that's it. So how you are managing those things?
I think at the stage in my life where I am, it's a struggle, a very big one, and I wouldn't lie. There are days where I don't perform also, I don't do anything. I'll just maybe watch some informative videos. Like I do something at least every day so that I don't feel super low that I'm not doing anything. It's normal.
It's very good that you have shared openly and so vulnerability that there were the times when it is super low. Yeah,
and it happens often, like even once a week maybe. Because I'm in a place, like they say about Bali, that someone was again telling me that when you come in, it'll either accept you or spit you out. It's for you or it's not for you. It's that kind of a place. So you'll understand there are aspects of it that are really sitting with me, like the ease and stuff like that. Don't like the traffic and the rain, but like the ease of just being anywhere, doing like essay workshops I don't even get to have in Mumbai that I can do here, you know. So the ease in that. But a key learning, and especially for the younger people, is don't be too hard on yourself for everything, you know. Like something that we do is okay, bad day, मतलब बहुत बड़ी चीज हो गई ना, पूरा week खराब जाएगा types, like that's the mindset. It's not that way.
Super.
Take it
super.
easy.
Yeah. So don't be harsh on yourself. This is the mantra, and let me share that I think 4 years back when I started this concept that don't be harsh on yourself, my life started to shift. And that was the moment, and that is the one thing. Means now I go to podcasts, some others podcasts also, and they ask me what is the one thing, one learning from this journey. So this is the one thing. And don't be harsh on yourselves, and we are always, and we are never be on a top level. It will be always be a sine wave. Yeah, I am electrical engineer, so sine wave will be there in life.
Plug in. Honest, it's true. Everyone says it.
Yeah. So let's come to our topic. Yes, the main topic, the brotherhood, the friendship, and let's share that how you got attracted to this the friendship, and why you are so passionate about men's strive.
Yeah. I think as I said in the earlier thing, once I started like talking to professionals about the things I feel as a guy, there was a lot of light thrown on the reasons why it happens, you know. And then I had the thought process that okay, if I face this way, there are so many number of guys, specifically in India, the way our culture is, that might be going through the same struggles. You know, so I wanted to be like a support system for them. And along with my, I think the person that I'm an empath, I feel like that I connect very quickly to people on an emotional level, so they open up. And that was the reason why we did the 10 men's circles also. Guys would come, share, and I realized people are going through their struggles, what can we do for them, kind of thing. And then the community idea came in because I'm a big follower of Alex Hormozi and his work.
Okay.
You know, and when he launched school and I was following it, I was like, such a great platform, end to end. People can have such a great experience if they join in, you know. So I started building the idea, put some courses inside. You can add your courses, you can add templates, you can do weekly calls through it, you can do your email marketing to send information to your members. I was like, okay, this is perfect. I'll start building it on this.
Okay.
So I started building something for self-development for guys, and then in the journey while talking to a lot of people, I have a mentor in Bangalore, Vineet. Talking to him, I realized that maybe niching it down to a certain thing that's their main struggle will help. So then what I found when talking and interviewing guys was it was all about accountability and discipline to do what you say you'll do. Like अगर आप एक startup you're building and you have to build a team or you have to do something, if you're not doing those things that you need to do, नहीं होगा. And your accountability comes in play wherein let's say if you have someone to keep you accountable on a day-to-day basis, कि Hamza, like last week we had set these goals, what how close are you to it? You know, because when that's not there, फिर तो होगा ही नहीं. But if that's there, there's a higher chance that you'll build it. So the idea was to build a space online with different communities of different people from different parts of the world who are coming together, finding accountability brothers, accountability group, doing weekly masterminds, talking about what they're building. You know, a lot of guys had the idea that okay, I'm struggling with this aspect. How do I? So कोई Facebook expert आ गया उसमें, वो बता देगा कैसे करना है. या marketing, I need an internship somewhere. Do you know a contact? Then they can tell you. You know, so building that safe space for guys. At the same time, the end goal, as I started earlier, was to do like in-person retreats and stuff. So after we build it, then a higher ticket thing would be to sell them like in-person retreats where they could come and be part of something. And then I wanted to introduce the whole spirituality aspect for them to work on themselves, like breathwork and stuff that could really help them accelerate their journey. Because we operate in a very, like for the guys who are unaware about what's happening in the spiritual space, we operate at a very lower frequency usually in a day-to-day life. And these are channels.
Logical, very logical.
Also.
ये करेंगे तो ये होगा.
Correct.
Like that, and we are not able to speak of and speak of our vulnerability. हमको क्या डर लग रहा है, क्या fears हैं, we are hardly see, and society also in India promoted that yes, you have to be confident, you have to be at top of your game every time. Low क्यों feel करते हो, like that. So this community will definitely help you to open up and understand our emotions better. And so let's dive also that the friendship, the bond. Means in the initial year in school, college, we are having many friends, 2-3 friends, and we could talk to them. We can share everything. We can call at 2 a.m. also, and they are there. And once we are in our job, our career, that bond started to means very minimal, and then we are not having in office the friends. They are always some transactional competition. Correct. And so how you are bringing that culture in our community?
Oh, wow. I think I don't have any problem in putting this out there and agreeing that this is one biggest mistake of my life, I would say, is that all my school friendships, then college friendships, I never put any effort after I went out to maintain those relationships. Because it's a two-sided thing. Like if you have a friendship with someone, if they're putting the effort, but you're too busy with your work or doing your own thing, or you're too destined that our life में वहाँ जाना तो ये important नहीं है करके, then you'll miss that out. And there'll be a point in life where you'll let them go. So I have a couple of very close friends who are like my confidants who I talk to from college time, 2-3 of them. But other than all the important ones, you know, I did not maintain that friendship. I didn't put that effort. The idea here is also to reconnect with that aspect of yours. You know, go back to that childhood and make true friendship. Because I know a lot of people who get to know each other through meetups and online communities, and then they become the best of friends, you know, because they have a similar mindset. So I would always promote that it's not necessary that you have close friendships with the people who you meet throughout your journey in life. It can happen now.
Now also.
And the idea is for guys to be open and share so that they can connect with other guys who have same values and then build that. So I think that's the true concept of it trying to do, and we're going to emphasize more on that.
Okay, and first we have to understand that in school, college, the friendship which you are having, those type of close friendship we can make now also, in our career also, in our business also, at this age also, at 25, 35, 45, and we can make friends in events, life again, meetups, anywhere. And but let's also understand that how we can approach it, this phenomena. Means we can do it, but how we can approach, if you can give some step by 2-3 steps, so that will be very beneficial for our audience.
So basically, how do we approach building these relationships? No?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're someone who's an introvert, it's going to be a little more difficult for sure. If you're someone who's already confident, I don't see it as a very big challenge, honestly. So this is also my story, how it's yours. So from school time right up till I would say college 11th 12th, super introverted, in my own box, wouldn't put myself. I had all the skills. Like I was the kind of person who had the skills. Like I was great at dance, so on annual day I would do dance, be in the center because I was good at it. But if you go back to life and switch over to the classroom again, quiet and not
Quiet,
confident,
okay.
So that was there, and then went into college and I started. It should come from within, where it's like a challenge. So a technique in a way is that every time you see yourself put in a situation where you need to go outside your comfort zone,
Yeah.
it's that you internally challenge yourself that okay Hamza, like you're in this
अंदर से
position now.
drive आना चाहिए.
हाँ.
Yeah.
That burning fire that you're in this position, you want to get better, you want to sit down, kind of thing. You ask yourself a question, you have a conversation with yourself. That's really helped me. So I would be like, and I would do like it's weird, and again now people will be like, okay, we never knew you do this. But let's say you have to go to an event. Let's say आपका जो 50% का event हुआ पहली बार, I don't know what preparation, you must have done some mental preparation.
Yeah.
For me, it's like even if I'm going in a space where there are a lot of people, I take 2 minutes just to go to the washroom, look at myself in the mirror and be like come on, now's the time.
Yeah.
Pump up. Go
Hamza,
do
let's
something.
do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. A lot of people jump, a lot of people dance. I don't need to do that. Just look at myself like, come on, like, if not you, then who, kind of thing.
Wow.
That really brings a spark up. You'll realize it. If you look at yourself in the mirror in your eyes and you'll be like, if not you, then who can do it?
Yeah.
So it always gives
Who
me the
else will do
chills
it?
and
Yeah.
the adrenaline, and then I'm like, okay, put myself out there. And I feel like go with honesty, be vulnerable, who you are, show that yourself, you'll automatically attract all the people who like you. Don't try to be someone else, because then when they realize that you're not who you say you to be, then it's even worse than breaking a friendship. Then they'll never trust you.
Wow. Yeah.
So being vulnerable is the main part of it, and be yourself. I think you'll always
Yeah.
find someone.
This is very important, that going to the washroom and then putting yourself, yes, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And here let me share that I'm a big fan of cricket and Virat Kohli. And recently, last year when we have the T20 match, when he hit those 2 sixes in Melbourne against Pakistan, and it was 28 runs and 8 balls. And after the Virat Kohli shared in Star Sports only, Star TV, he shared that he was telling himself, "Come on, cheeks, you have to hit those sixes. Come on, cheeks." He says himself, cheeks.
Yeah.
Come on, cheeks, you have to hit those
Yeah,
six.
yeah.
And I could remember the same incident when you were sharing that going into the mirror and yes, Hamza, you have to do it.
That also comes from the idea that in this journey of our life, the most important person to ourselves is us. And the self-love that we need, and even I don't practice it daily. When I come on a podcast and I talk to you, I realize it. That the self-love that we need to give ourselves every day, the communication, the affirmations, how we need to push ourselves up. We're doing it for everyone. Friend का हम लोग story डालेंगे, oh, he's doing something new, go support him. Do it for ourselves. अपनी बात आती है, so we feel so, like there's so much self-doubt, and we don't love ourselves that much that we're not ready to promote ourselves. I'm saying do it shamelessly.
Shamelessly.
Put
yes.
yourself out there, do it, promote yourself. Bhai. People who are attracted to you will come.
Yes.
As simple as that.
Wow.
So I think we should all live by that purpose. It's simple.
And it is very important that you shared that in the event, we have to do the internal drive that yes, I have to go out, I have to meet. And recently I went to the NAS summit in Singapore. So I always go into the summit with the purpose that yes, if I'm going into an event, I'll be at least making five friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 5 friends or 5 guests for my podcast.
Correct.
And with that intention, if I am going, that even if I am not feeling good, that yeah, मेरे को उनसे बात करना है, नहीं करना है, but you are feeling the drive because the intention is there, the positive mindset is there. And the one thing which you also shared, that you have to go out of your comfort zone. Yeah, that is the only way.
Yeah.
And recently I heard a podcast that no one tells us that life will be comfortable. Yes, it has to be uncomfortable. Then only the growth will happen and the learning will happen.
Also, at the same time, it doesn't have to be difficult. Like, again, when you are someone who believes in like the powers around you and your destiny and the universe and stuff, it's not like it has to be difficult. Yeah, you have to make the promises and do the work. But I think like when you move with intention that this is my end goal and I will get there, I'll get there at the time that's correct, then I feel the energies around you make it easier for you to go on that journey. Like the right people come into your life, the timing is right.
The vibes will match.
Yeah. and everything is not very difficult, right?
But-
from money to everything else.
Yes, at the end of the day, don't be harsh on yourself.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, if five people are not meeting in the event, okay.
Yeah.
At the end of it, don't be harsh on yourself.
Like how you also said about the thing that, you know, the calls that you do weekly.
Yeah.
Like if one person comes or no one's there also at 8 o'clock,
Yes.
you turn up, right? And you do it.
Yes.
That's what shows your character, and that is an internal motivator for you also. That you like, okay, like as Rakesh, like I showed up for myself.
Yes.
I was there on the call even when no one was
No
there.
one was
You were
there.
there for yourself.
Yes.
And people need to learn that more, because then they'll show up more and they'll do more. You know,
Yes.
so that is the point that I think.
That is the commitment to myself, and I have to be there. And let me share that also. That by this means doing it every week means my community have also learned many things from me,
Of course.
topics, and but those topics are now clear to me also. Yeah, and
Exactly.
that was the real juice of the weekly call. It is definitely about the community, but
Yeah.
it is more about me, sharing my
That's
knowledge
very
and
insightful.
keeping. Yeah, it was more about me. It was definitely about me. So Hamza, let's we are at the end of our podcast, and if you can share that from the last 6-7 years you are doing many internship, many jobs, family business, and then now you are own entrepreneur. So you have done every career.
Some taste career.
Yeah, and then in India also, then in Bali also, then you're doing podcast also, more than 35 episodes.
Yeah, around 35.
Wow. So what are your top 3 learnings of this journey?
Wow. There are so many. I wish I could share all, because I feel like all of them are so important. But number one, I would say, that comes to my mind first is you're the only person who will be there for yourself. By which I mean you're your biggest supporter. So on the days when you're down, only you will pick yourself up. No one is gonna come to pull your hand and guide you, and not even your parents. Like they can tell you, like they can give a pat on your back and like it's fine. But the actual work you will still have to do. And those are the darkest periods, the lowest periods. And when you start to learn, it's like a practice. When you start to be more in those periods of darkness and push yourself out there, then you go higher and higher and you see lesser times of darkness and lesser hard times. So for me, I would say number one, wherever you are in life, like be your biggest supporter and spokesperson.
Be your own cheerleader.
Yeah, be your own cheerleader, because no one's going to do it for you. You have to pick yourself up, and if you make the promise to yourself that you're going to do something, you're going to have to do the work. So that's one thing. Second thing, I think the biggest power currently in this world, how I see it, lies in collaboration.
Yes.
So whoever you can get who's higher in your journey, even me having a mentor is like collaboration. So if you can find someone to do a podcast with, or you can find someone to be a partner in your business, or if you can find somebody to be a mentor who can show you the direction or show you the steps they have made for you to go closer to that journey, I said always go for that.
Yes.
If it costs money, do it. If it seeks discomfort, do it. If you have to change your trajectory of your life or delay a year in your life to get there, I think if you give that time, then you'll get faster. You'll get there faster.
Yes.
So I think that's important. Yeah.
Yeah. In the second, let me share one more thing that I learned in NAS Summit Singapore.
Okay.
That they also tell that collaboration is the next big thing in creative world, in social media world. Collaboration is the thing which will happen, and they also shared that you have to collaborate with the person who is down also. Yeah. If you are at 10,000 followers and someone is at 5,000 followers, also collaborate with them, because the chances of their followers coming to you is more
Then yours.
than if you are collaboration with 10. You are at 10,000 and someone at 100K. The number of person coming to your community.
That's like the human mentality of who's higher. Usko follow karte.
Yes.
Yeah.
So collaborate both ways,
Yeah.
down and up.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think
super important.
Yeah, because we have this thing where we think that if we are collaborating with someone lower, nahi chalega. So that's a good point actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the second one. Now the third one.
Third one. I think for me, the last one would be, and it's in addition to the first one, is always have a set of principles or values that you live by, and these can also be like mantras or affirmation that you say to yourself. It could be both. So anytime in my life, if I have to do something that seems like get rich quick, I've fallen for like a lot of those schemes, for internet businesses. It's the thing that happens. So when you have that, then you have to ask yourself, are you creating value for someone, or are you just taking their money away? So that acts like as a North Star and a guiding principle if you're doing something in life that matches your values. Because again, if you're doing something that doesn't match your values, then you won't find that end goal. Because you'll never be satisfied or you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And self-talk is another part of this, is that how do you talk to yourself? Like, be your biggest supporter, but in order to do that, the conversation that you have with yourself on a day-to-day basis is very important. And I have started learning this more after coming to Bali because of the workshops I go to. So the manifestation workshop I went to recently spoke about, like FTBA, which is feelings, thoughts, beliefs, actions, which is the circle. So this principle really works. It's like everything is interconnected, and when it's not in alignment, that's when you don't manifest. So when everything is in alignment, that's when you manifest. So let's say you want to make 10,000. I give this example every time, $10,000 per month, because it's my goal someday as well. I want to get there. Am I behaving like a person who will get there?
Yes.
Am I acting like that kind of person? Am I doing the kind of work that kind of person will do? Trying to embody a person who gets there and talking to yourself the right way, that Hamza, like, it's possible. Why is it not possible? Is it that you don't have the skills? Is it that you don't work hard? Is it that you don't know the right people, have the right resources? It's not. It's all in your head that it's not possible. So that positive self-talk gets the ball rolling. And it's as simple as that. Doesn't take any money investment or anything. अपने आप से करो जब भी time मिलता है.
Yes. This is very important, the self-talk, and we have to make our own lingo.
Yeah,
our own means mantras, our own statements. The way in my community, let me share that I always start with my own lingo, my own code of honor.
Okay.
So it starts with don't be harsh on yourself.
Oh, okay.
It always starts from there. And then number 2 is answers are always simple. Answers to problems to our life is always simple. It is the execution.
That's a little tough. Yeah. True. 100%.
Yeah, so let me take an example that to have a good health, we need 3 things: eat healthy, do exercise, and sleep. These 3 things. Everyone in this world knows. Only 5% people can do it.
Good.
So in life, answers are simple. How to make money? Yeah, everyone knows. It is the execution which matters. So like that, I have made some lingos, and that lingos always help me or community to have that self-talk. And one more thing which I can also share along with the self-talk is that which I learned from my mentor Siddharth Rajshekar, that always have write your this code of honor, your lingo, your goals daily, first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning while getting up, I'm writing all my goals. I'm writing all my this self-talk lingos. This there are 6. I have shared 2. Another 4 are also there. We have to write. So in the first thing in the morning, you are centered, and you are centered for the whole day, and your mind will less go distracted, and you are there. Yes, for this goal, and these are my self-talk. How to proceed for the day.
Yeah.
That
I
really
100%
helps.
agree. Yes. I think all my mentors have thought the same thing. It's one common thing among all of them.
Yeah.
Having like your code of honor, you said. My mentor Himanshu Agarwal used to talk about occult of self. Matlab, what is your life actually? A paper pe, or your vision board some people use.
Okay.
So having a practice, a morning practice, a sacred practice that puts the rest of the day into perspective. Irrespective of after a couple of hours, if you have a bad meeting or something, that's fine.
That's fine.
But the start of the day is impactful. If you put a good 3 to 4 hours of productive work, you feel good the rest day, even if you don't do much. Rather than just getting up, being on your phone, and then the whole day passes. You know how it is. So, yeah.
So Hamza, we are at the end of our podcast, and this is my last question I asked to all of my guests. So we have talked about past, we have talked about present. So let's talk about the future. So let me put it in a very beautiful way that sitting here in Bali recording a podcast 5 years back, I never thought that I would be having a podcast. And I'll be reaching 92 episodes, and then I'll be going global, Singapore, Bali, and recording this podcast. It is something miracle for me. And this is called a miracle do happen moment. Yeah. So what is the one thing which can happen in your life in next 1 year, 2 years, that you can say that miracle do happen.
Mhm. I think for me it would be as simple as my vision of what I want to do and how I want to set up my life to come true. Now, what that is, one is that I want the Strive community to have around 1,000 members in it.
Yeah.
Male members, and I want them to be, working towards getting better. That could be anything, fitness, business, whatever. I want them to be highly engaging and finding purpose in the community, because if it doesn't have any purpose and they're just part of it, then it has no value. So strive to be at a position wherein we have 1,000 paying members who are participating, making their lives better, and then I could be like, I've made a big change in the men's community movement as someone. If I can say that, I think it'll be very impactful. In addition to that, as something that you taught me yesterday about going from point A to point B. So if you're someone in your life who's at, let's say, point Z, someone at point A has a lot to learn from you. And when you have that self-doubt, as if you can coach them, I think in my life I've gone through a lot of struggles, learned so much and transformed myself. So if there are people or guys who want to, go to that next level or work on the very basic things in a life, as simple as a thought process. There are so many tools, techniques that a lot of people don't know. So if I could start my own, coaching business, somewhere we've started, the idea is there. It's more about execution now, as you said. So just put the transformation coaching idea, have 5 to 6 good paying clients who I can call my family, whose lives I've actually impacted.
Yes.
I think that would be like the dream scenario. And then that will fuel the rest of my life. Get a good home, get a good car, support my parents. I think that's how it is.
Great. So all the best from
Thank you so
from
much.
our side, that within 1 year you'll reach to 1,000. Yes. So
Hopefully manifest.
so thank you, Hamza,
Thank you
for
so much.
everything, for arranging and everything, and coming for the podcast. And we had traffic, everything, but we made it.
We made it.
Thank you.
That's the commitment you need to have, I think. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.